Hey, Scott Suggs here, Major League Fishing Pro and Berkley Abu Pro. What I like to do, especially in the region I live in, when I go on some of my winter trips, I go hunting for a while, so then when I come out of hunting, I'm ready to start fishing and try these 3 different techniques till I figure out which one they're gonna bite, and I can take it from there. Usually what I try to do is, because I'm like everybody, I like to want to try to fish fast. I want to see if those fish are up shallow. I have lakes that have rock in it, gravel, you know, flats and stuff out on the creeks, and then I also have lakes that have grass in them, loaded with grass. So no matter what, the rattle trap's gonna work in either type of deal, a lipless crankbait. This one here is a war pig. I throw it a whole lot. Usually I fish either a 7'3" or a 7'4". This is a 7'4". It's a Veracity with an ALF reel on it. A lot of people want to get into that 8-to-1 stuff. They offer that in this reel. I'm still 6'4" to 1. I still like that slower ratio. I always start with 15-pound line. If those fish are a little bit deeper, then I'll go to 12-pound line, and I throw trilene fluorocarbon. The other thing about this whole setup and everything about your rod and your reel, if you can stay up in that 7'3", 7'4" foot range, you know, it's not too short, but it's not too long. You can still get those long casts. You can still rip a bait free. That's basically the way that I like to start off. I love to start off with something that's moving. Okay, my next technique for winter fishing is the swing head. This is one of probably my most favorite techniques. It's one of the main reasons is I'm able to keep the bait moving all the time. I'm casting, I'm covering water. It's not like it's a super slow deal. And I've got a rod that's 7 foot 6 inches and it's heavy in my hand, and I know I'm fixing to get to really jack something. I love it. So what I do is I basically throw a 3/4, you know, a 5/8 to a 3/4 swing head. I love a crawl type bait on it. And what I do is I get out on channel swings, I get out on, you know, hard spots and everything, and I throw it out anywhere from 20 to 30 foot, let's say. Let it go to the bottom. I stay in constant contact, but the bait's constantly moving. I throw an ALF on it, a Revo, and I still throw 6'4" to 1 on this reel here also. I like to throw an 8 to 1 if I'm fishing this bait up in like 10 foot and less. But fishing it out deep, 6'4" to 1. And then, like I said, I'm throwing a 7'6" heavy Veracity, and I'm throwing it on usually 15-pound, but I'll go up to 17-pound trilene fluorocarbon on that. This is probably, honest to goodness, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my most favorite winter technique. But when it gets tough, really tough, and those fish are out there in that same 25 foot, and even out to at home, we catch them 40 to 45 foot deep in the winter time. This is the best technique I use right here. And that is the good old faithful shaky head. I mean, it's gonna catch them. I don't care what time of the year it is, where you're at, or what you're doing, it's gonna catch them. And my most favorite bait on it is the Lugworm. And that is a PowerBait by Berkley. It's a centipede type shaped bait. It's made out of the PowerBait. When these fish bite this thing, it's just a lot like a Carolina rig. When they bite it, you can go back and make sure they're there and everything. They just hold it and they won't let go, and your catch ratio is so great with this bait. I throw it on the 7 foot medium heavy Veracity, and I go braid to fluorocarbon. And 90% of the time, the places I fish have a lot of standing timber. They have rocky bottoms, it's real rough and everything. A lot of people don't believe that I'll throw it that heavy, but I throw 12-pound leader all the time. The problem is you gotta get the bite first, yeah, I understand, but you know, once you get it, you wanna get it in the boat. And then I throw the MGX 30. I like the size of the spool of the 30. The line, the way it comes off of it, has no memory to it. It's just all around the perfect size for bass fishing. And the other thing is the weight of it. I mean, this thing is just absolutely weightless. And when you're out there in the dead of winter, and when we know how we all dress, we look like the abominable snowman. Hey, the lighter the equipment, the more comfortable you are. These are basically my techniques. These are what I do. This is how I like to fish, to find my winter fish. And the thing about winter fishing, usually once you find them, you get this technique going, it's usually good for 2 to 3, sometimes up to a month. So it really narrows everything down. Basically, you can get to where you go to the lake and have one rod on the deck. I hope this helps everybody out, and good luck in your fishing in the future.